Hi guys, today I'm going to go over the 3D shading forms worksheet. So online in a digital format, this is what the worksheet looks like. I have basically an example of how each one should look as well as a blank piece of paper. Now, if you're at school and I have the printout, you can go ahead and use it. If not, you can use a blank white sheet of paper at home, or you can use a piece of notebook paper. Again, either way is fine with me as long as you're properly labeling these things so that I can figure out honestly what to grade. So I'm going to go to my document camera and I'm going to show you how this is going to be done. So if you are one of those people that's using a piece of notebook paper, I want you to make sure that you're labeling what each drawing technique is. So like this one says hatching, cross hatching, stippling, and then blending. So what I want first is at the top, maybe title it 3D. Oops, I write really hard. I break lead easily. 3D shading forms worksheet. Okay, and then you can see that there are 4 boxes per section. So I would write, let's say hatching. I'm going to leave a little space, write hatching. And I mean, honestly, you could use a ruler for this if you have a ruler. Obviously, if you don't have a ruler, I mean, that's just the way it goes. But I would try to use a ruler. Let's try to make this look as nice as possible. So I would make my boxes all the way across here. And you need 4. Oopsie. So however long you want to make it, you got to make it 4. I could even make that longer. So if I divided it in half, these may not be perfect squares here. Divide it in half again. Well, that is definitely not a square right there. Okay, so I would write hatching. And then the next one, I would write, let's see, cross hatching. And I would do the same thing. Because I have a worksheet printed out, I'm going to use that worksheet to show the demo. But this is how you would do it if you didn't have the worksheet. It's not a big deal. Okay, so on this worksheet, I want to start with drawing my different shapes. So if you notice, I'm teaching you how to shade a cylinder. So each one is a cylinder, but a different drawing technique, a cube, a cone, and a sphere. So I'm going to just get those drawn first. I'm going to show you how to draw the cylinder first. So there's many ways that you could draw a cylinder if you want to, but I'm going to go ahead and do it this way. So I'm going to do like an oval, and then I'm going to draw 2 lines down, and then I'm going to draw a curve at the bottom. Okay, same thing here. I'm going to draw an oval, 2 lines down, and a curve at the bottom. And I'm going to do this for all of them. I really think that it's just easier to draw all the cylinders first, then all the cubes, etc., etc. Now, mine are a little off, but I try to do kind of a quick video. Wow, that looks kind of bad. I think I need to change that. All right, next one. So the next thing we're going to do is the cube. So this is how I would draw the cube. There's many ways to do it, but this is just what I'm doing. I would draw a square. You don't need to use, if you really want to use a ruler for this, you can, but I don't know that that's like 100% necessary. I'm going to draw lines out from the cube, draw a straight line down, and then a straight line over. And if it got like too tall or whatever, you could just erase it. Okay, if you need to pause this video at any time, go ahead and pause it. You don't have to just play this straight through. That's the nice part about having like all these videos is you can pause them anytime you need them. I hate that that's curved. I'm like since I said that, I'm getting a little OCD about this. All right, got the lines in. Okay, last but not least, oh, this is killing me now that these are not perfect. Okay, got all my cubes in. All right, next, I'm gonna do the cones. I think cones are easiest, so you're just gonna make like a triangle and then make it curved at the bottom. So triangle, curved, triangle, curved, triangle, curved. All right, what's our last one? Oh, a circle. So here's the deal. If you have something already like in your possession that you can trace that's a circle, it's easier. Or if you have something at home that's a circle, that's fine. I actually have one of these compasses because I took one home for school to use. We are not going to use these compasses. So I am not giving these compasses out to you guys. And the reason is we would have to sanitize all of them. I may be ordering one for everybody to use for their projects, but I don't have them yet. So kind of just keep in mind. But this is a compass. You can use it to draw circles and it does help. All right, so what are we doing here? All right, I say what you should do is do one technique at a time. So I'm going to do, let's say, hatching. And what I'm looking for with this is I'm looking for a dark, medium, and light in every single one. So when I grade it, I'll say, okay, do I see a dark value? Do I see a light value? Do I see a medium value? I said that out of order, but okay. All right, so I'm going to start with, let's say, this cylinder and its lines. So the dark part I see is in the shadow. So I'm going to draw the shape of the shadow, and then I'm going to do lines that are hatching, which is lines inside of it. All right, now next what I'm going to do is I look at, okay, it's darker on the side. It fades to a light section here. It's got a medium up here and then super light lines on the top. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to try to do that. So I add the lines. And what I'm doing is I'm drawing lines that suggest what this form is. So it's a cylinder, it's round. So I'm trying to mimic where the lines go based on what I see. So I can add in some more dark lines. I can make it not perfect. That's fine. And then on top, they want just like a few light lines. Okay. So you're going to do that on each one. So I want you to make sure that you're getting the shadow correct on each one that's dark, and then the dark, medium, and light. So I'm not going to show you every one, but I'm going to do one in each section. So make sure you do dark, medium, light, and the shadows. Okay, cross hatching. So let's do cross hatching on, let's say, the square. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to draw that. It's hard because I didn't leave a lot of space. I'm going to draw the shadow on that square, and I'm going to do one way, like a diagonal, and then I'll do the other way. Then the front of the square is pretty dark, so I'm going to do hatching, right? And then in order to create cross hatching, I'm going to go the other way. Now, I got outside the lines a little bit. I'm going to want to correct that if it's on a form like this. All right, so then I need medium and light. Let's see where that is. So it's kind of medium on the top, and then the other side's light. So I'm going to space out my lines a little bit more. Okay, so then I have my square, and I'm going to do that same method on all of these. Please don't forget the shadows. Okay, stippling is the dots, remember? So I have my dots here. Let's say I do the dots on the cone. Now, with this, you can use your Sharpie. That's fine if you have one, or a colored pencil, or a regular pencil. That's fine. Keep in mind that the Sharpie, I forgot what the shadow looked like. Okay, the Sharpie will bleed through. That's fine, but I just want you to be aware of that. All right, so I take my Sharpie. I'm going to put the dots close together for the shadow. Again, be careful how hard you're pressing down because you're going to be damaging your Sharpie if you go straight up and down and jam it into the paper. And then I'm going to add some to the cone. Remember, with this, it's Sharpie's permanent. So once you put it on there, it's like, well, that's it. So I see like more dark in this like middle section, I guess you could say. And then let's see what it is. So it's dark and it's got a little bit on the side. So I'll go ahead and add some on the side here. So stippling, again, another way to create value within your project. Darker, and then this shadow is supposed to be really dark, so I probably should add a little more. So you can do all of these in Sharpie if you want to. All right, last one, blending. Blending is pretty easy. I guess I'll go ahead and do the sphere for you guys. I'll get my pencil, get that shadow done. So this would be the darkest part. And I actually, when I shade, I like to make these ovals. It's not scumbling exactly like that technique that we did, but it's just kind of drawing in an oval, and I use the side of my pencil. I feel like it's easier to use the side of your pencil for smooth shading than trying to use the tip of your pencil. So I'm just getting like an all over, like medium to light here. So the highlight, which is the lightest part on this sphere, appears to be right here. And then they have like a medium section that goes around it. And I kind of just go about this slowly. I never try to make something super dark right away. So that's the sphere that I have for now. So you're going to finish all of these. You're going to take a photo of it, and then you will send it to me. If you have questions, you can obviously email me or ask me. Thanks so much.